I hope you all tune into my show. It's coming out. It's new. It's me. Genuine Conversations with Miss V. Welcome back to another episode of Genuine Conversations with Miss V. Today's topic is, did your past relationship leave you bitter about dating, and how have you changed since your past relationship? Well, I can definitely speak about this because I've been in a lot of toxic relationships in my past before I even met Jamal. So I definitely have a lot of insight on being bitter because, yes, I was bitter. Y'all already know I'm always keep it real with y'all. I was definitely bitter when I met my husband, my boyfriend at the time, coming from a past relationship that was super toxic, um, verbal abuse, physical abuse. I've been through it all. I haven't been in a relationship except one that wasn't physical or verbal abuse. And so, yes, growing up, you know what I'm saying, into a woman, I have been in bitter situations. I have taken my bitterness into my next relationship. Is probably why, my relationships failed because of my actions. Before I get into any of that, y'all, today I am rocking another true AMOR original. This design is definitely over at our boutique, LOVEISALIFESTYLEINC.com. Head over there, you guys, and check it out. This design is on stylish tote bags, swimwear, cover-ups, track pants, windbreakers, bomber jackets. It's on everything. Just head on over there to lovesalifestyleinc.com. Subscribe to our mailing list so that you can get 15% off your first purchase. And we will definitely welcome you to our Loves Lifestyle Inc. family. But so like I have definitely been bitter. I've definitely left relationships bitter and toxic and carried all of that baggage into my new relationship, which turned out to be bitter because I couldn't let go of, my past insecurities, from my past relationships. So, yes, I definitely been in a lot of relationships where, I had been cheated on, not necessarily that I was doing the cheating, but yes, I have been cheated on numerous times in relationships. I've had, people have babies on me. I've been hit. I've been pushed. I've been, how people shake you, anything you can think of. I've been through it. But the good thing about me is that, you only get one time to like physically put your hands on me and I'm gone. Verbal abuse is a lot worse because it's damaging to your spirit, to your confidence. It just it works you worse. Like verbal abuse is like one of the worst things. Getting yelled at, getting talked down to, getting, just getting verbally abused is super toxic. And you can leave a relationship and go into a new relationship, thinking that these things are going to happen in this relationship, bringing that same baggage over there, guarding yourself, not opening up, not letting the new person in because of your past relationships were super bitter and you just afraid to, truly open up. It's really hard to trust people, after you've been through so much trauma. Like, and that's on everything. You get out of a bad relationship, you're bitter, it was toxic, you've been, abused verbally and physically, and then you get into a new relationship, you're guarded, you're afraid, you may be scared that the exact same thing will happen again. So the thing about me is that, I never took time in between relationships. Like me, I'm a relationship girl. So, I get out of one relationship, I get into another one. I never really like to just be out here just dating around just multiple people. Although I do think that you should, you know what I'm saying, date multiple people, to get to know, you know, a lot of people, to find out who's best for you. I didn't do that. You know what I'm saying? I got into a relationship straight out of another relationship. I never took time to get to know myself, to get to know what I like, to heal from the past relationship that I got out of that was toxic. You know, I just spearheaded straight into a new relationship. That's not always good. It's really not a good thing to do. What I should have did was I should have just stayed single, you know, healed my heart, focused on me and my goals before I even picked up or even started dating anyone in you know, any other situation. You know, that was my fault. But, you know, I didn't like to, you know, be alone. And that's really it. A lot of people just don't want to be alone, which is why they get in and out of relationships so easily, so fast. Now, granted, my relationships were long-term relationships. Like, I wasn't just with somebody for 6 months and, you know, we breaking up. Like, I was living with these people. I was, you know, dedicated. We had cars, furniture, all of the things. So it was definitely harder to just get up and leave. But I did. You know, verbal abuse is terrible. You know what I'm saying? I don't like to be yelled at. I don't like people talking to me crazy. You know what I'm saying? I've always been like that ever since I was little. Like, I used to tell my brothers and sisters, you ain't my mother. You know what I'm saying? You ain't my father. Like, I used to always feel that way. And that's probably why I became an entrepreneur, because I just don't like people telling me what to do. And that's just keeping it real. Like, I don't like it. You know what I'm saying? I like to be in charge. I like to, you know, take charge and be in control. And that's just my personality. I'm a Sagittarius. Um, I like to lead. But, you know, again, back with being bitter, you know, and dating. Like, it's hard to dissolve bitterness when you come from so much trauma and your past relationships was just ridiculous. Like, it's super hard to, you know, first of all, it's hard to get out of a relationship and then not try to date nobody. Like, you want to have sex, you want to have fun, you want to do all the things you can to get this person out of your system, off your mind, you know. So you do go out and you do mingle and you do date and you do may have casual sex. You might, you know, those things help get over, you know what I'm saying, a person. Those are the things that I should have done. You know, I should have gave myself more time before I just ran into a new relationship and was like full blown in it. Because the people, you know, that I thought was full blown in it with me, they weren't. I was headstrong in the relationship, but those relationships, they weren't on the same page as me. You know, getting out of a bitter relationship, getting into a new relationship where you thinking that your mate is all in and they out here doing the exact same thing your last partner did. It's crazy. Like, it happens. And I know a lot of y'all can attest to what I'm saying, because it definitely happens. It happens on a regular, you know. And my suggestion and my advice to y'all is to just, once you dealt with a toxic relationship, just get out of it and get to know yourself. Get back to loving yourself. Get back to, you know, being in touch with yourself before you just jump out there and get into a whole new blown out relationship. Like, because you are bringing all that toxicity into the new relationship, because you definitely haven't healed. You know, I stressed my husband out back when we first started dating, because I was still hurt from my past relationship. I felt like, you know, Jamal was doing everything my ex did. You know, being sneaky, doing little stuff, hiding stuff from me. You know what I'm saying? I felt like that. It wasn't necessarily true, but that didn't stop me from feeling like that. You know what I'm saying? In the beginning stages, I was checking his phone. I was going through his all this shit. Like, shit I shouldn't even have been doing. But that was because I was coming out of a toxic relationship. I didn't give myself no time to heal my mind and my heart. I just rushed right into it, you know, and that put a strain on me and my husband's relationship in the beginning. Like, that was like, he wasn't feeling that. He like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not him. I'm not that dude. You know what I'm saying? I didn't do those things to you. You can't treat me like this because of what the last dude did. Like, you just can't do that. And I agree with that now. But back then, I was blind to the fact about it. I didn't care. I'm like, all y'all just alike. I'm just waiting for the day that you mess up like the last ones did. You know what I'm saying? And fortunately, it didn't happen. My husband has been amazing this entire time, and I'm so thankful. You know, I pray all the time because I've never had love like this. Like, I've never had someone so genuine, so just so good to me. And I thank God. Like, I'm so grateful to have gone through all those storms to be where I am right now with the man of my dreams. But this is a message for y'all to, once you get out of a bitter and toxic relationship, abusive mentally or physically, please, please, I beg you all to take time out for yourself, to get to know yourself, to heal yourself, to actually and really know what it is that you want and what it is you're looking for in your next partner. Because when you just get out of tragic relationships, toxic relationships, and rush right into the next one, it's going to be a cycle, and it's the same stuff going to be going on. Trust and believe. It could. I'm not saying that it's going to happen every time, but it could. How have I changed since my last relationship? I've changed, oh my God, so much. Like, I don't do half of the stuff. You know what I'm saying? I don't do none of the stuff, honestly, that I was doing back then. It carried on, for years. I was still bitter. I was still, even 3 years into our relationship, I was still bitter. I was still harboring old feelings, putting my husband in the middle of stuff that he had nothing to do with, putting it on him as if he did it because I couldn't lash out at the person who actually, tarnished me and broke me. You know what I'm saying? It was wrong. And me and my husband sit and talk now all the time, and I always apologize to him. I be like, husband, I am so sorry for how I treated you back then. You really was good to me, and I just was a bitch. And I apologize because you did not deserve that. You did not deserve all the phone calls, all the arguments, all the back and forth, all the stupid stuff that we was going through, all because I couldn't get over the bitterness of a past relationship, and I brought it into ours, accusing you of stuff you wasn't even doing, like crazy stuff like that. So I constantly talk to my husband about the past, and I constantly apologize for my actions and my behavior back then, and I have definitely grown from that. Like, I don't ask my husband nothing. I don't, back then I was, where you going? Who you going with? What you doing? Why you ain't answer the phone? All of those questions and concerns that a lot of y'all are having right now. A lot of y'all are in my shoes right now from back then. So I know what y'all going through. But here, right now, as we speak, I am no longer that woman. I have changed my life, and I'm so thankful. I put my trust in God first, because whatever is for me is going to be for me, and God ain't going to put nothing on me that I can't handle. And I'm not going to worry about what my husband do when he walk out that door, because God, whatever it is he's doing, God is going to show it to me, reveal it to me, if need be, vice versa. Same with me. You know what I'm saying? So I don't worry no more. I don't hound my husband. I don't call him. I don't do any of those things no more. I don't blame him for past situations, past incidents in my life, relationship stuff. Like, it did not have anything to do with him. So I was definitely wrong for putting all that on my husband, because honestly, it almost tore us apart. We almost didn't make it, all because of that alone. So again, if you are just now leaving out of a toxic relationship and you are bitter, I advise you to just stay single until you get your priorities together, your mind, your heart, and your soul, because you will not be no good for no man or woman. And that's real talk. You only going to make matters worse. Get to know yourself. You know what I'm saying? Take time for yourself. Don't rush. You know what I'm saying? Have a couple friends. You know what I'm saying? People you mess with tough, that you can hang out with or whatever. But just take your time and moving into a new relationship so fast. Because being bitter, people will be bitter for lifetimes, for a long time. Like, A person will hold on to a situation for 30 years. You know what I'm saying? Still be in a new relationship talking about that old shit. Still blaming the new man for what the old man did. So like y'all, let's try to, you know what I'm saying, work on ourselves, because I'm definitely working on me. I don't try to bring up old fights, old disagreements that we used to have back in the day, because it matters none. Look where we are right now. Going backwards is not the answer. It's to move forward. Always push forward. And that's what I plan on doing. I hope y'all love this episode. Don't be bitter. Get out of that toxic relationship and love yourself. You know what I'm saying? Take time for yourself. That is the message. I love y'all. I hope y'all keep tuning in to Genuine Conversations with Miss V. Like this video. Subscribe to my channel, you guys. Share this video, because you never know who needs this message. And I love y'all, and I see y'all next time. Peace.
She the gold like Stevie and Mash. She wanted to smoke.